another way to do a two-digit multiplication problem, 2-digit by 2-digit, and this is called FOIL. Mirror, FOIL.
FOIL.
Let's look what these, this is an acronym, and each letter stands for something. So the F stands for first. The first thing you do. Mirror, F stands for first.
F stands for first.
Okay. O stands for outer.
O stands for outer.
Outer. And I stands for inner.
I stands for inner.
And the L stands for last.
The L stands for last.
It's the last digit of each number.
It's the last digit of each number.
All right, so watch me and let me explain to you what we're going to do. So let's go with 60. What was the last problem we did? We'll keep it the same.
67 times 74.
67 times 34. All right, so before we start doing this, let's just look at which would be the first, which would be the outer. So let's go first. What are the first digits in each of these numbers, in each of your factors?
6.
The 6 and the 3. So I'm going to keep my F red and underline the 6 and the 3. Now, what does the 6 represent in this problem? 60. And what does the 3 represent in that one? 30. So my first would be 60 times 30. The first digit in each problem, and it's going to stand for, this is 6 in the 10th place, so 60, and 3 in the 10th place, so that's 30. All right, now let's look at outer. I'm going to change outer to blue here. Let's see what outer, if you had to take a guess, what do you think the outer ones are?
You multiply 60 and 4
6 is an outer, and the 4 is an outer, the two outer numbers. Okay? So 6 again stands for 60, and the 4 in this case stands for what? 4. It's 4 in the ones column, so it's 60 times 4. Right now I'm just recording all my information down below. Let's move on to inner. And we will do inner in black. Inner. What are the two inner digits here? Yes? 7 and 3. Good. You're just looking at this picture and you say, all right, these are the inner ones here. So what does the 7 represent? 7 ones is 7. And the inner here, we said 3. What does that represent? 30. So 7 times 30. And the last, ironically, is the last. What are the last digits in this problem? The lasts. Yes? Close. The 4 is definitely the last one in this one. The 7. The 7 is the last one for this factor. So that problem would become 7 times 4. So the F stands for first, O stands for outer, I stands for inner, and L stands for last. I want you to teach your partner what each letter in the acronym stands for. Teach.
Okay.
Do I keep going? Miss Gonzalez. Miss Gonzalez. Seriously, Jack? You're just trying to get in the picture.
Alright, go ahead. Right now you're teaching. That's all you're supposed to be doing. Okay, hands and eyes in front, please. So the hardest part about this is actually coming up and deciding what numbers you're using for each of the sections. But then once you do it, you can just go ahead and multiply. And these multiplication problems will be a lot easier than actually doing 67 times 34. So when I do 60 times 30, what is my answer going to be there? And we can use that zero trick we just talked about. Yes?
1,800.
Okay, so she did 6 times 3 is 18, and 0, bring my 2 zeros over. So my answer would be, in that case, 1,800. 60 times 4. Again, I can use a zero trick. Go ahead.
24, and then add a 0.
And then add the 0, so I would get 240. How about 7 times 30? And you can use mental math to do all these because we're using that zero trick. 210. She did 7 times 3 is 21. Add my 0. And for the last problem, 7 times 4. Okay. So now what do you think my next step would be? What do you think my next step would be?
To add all your answers.
Exactly. Add all my products up. So I can come over here. I want to make sure I get them in the right place value. So I'm going to rewrite them nice and straight over here. Make sure I have all of them. Sorry, my 1. And I should get 2,278. Was that the same answer we got when we did it using break apart? It's a good way to know that you're correct, right? For those of you that like lattice, you can use lattice to check it as well. This is just another strategy. And you see, once we figured out the numbers, you were able to move through the problem fairly quickly because you can use that zero trick and that mental math to solve them. It's just the adding part here. All right. You can turn that, you can stop that.